Wow, anytime you come across this video, I wish you good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's been a while. If you look at my page on TikTok, I have done some videos on addition and subtraction of salts. I've done some videos on multiplication and division of salt. Today we want to look at conjugate salt or conjugate salt. Are you getting it? So that is the topic of today. And what do we mean by conjugate salt? We have some special pairs of salt that when you multiply them together, they will give you whole numbers. So those salt, we call them a conjugate salt. Any salt of these four, like this now, let's say we have root n plus root n, and what root n minus root n. This is one of the conjugate salt. Can you see? Or you can call them what? Binomial what? Expansion. Binomial expansion. Then two, another one. Then this one can be with what? Root n plus what? Plus n, and what? And with what? Root n minus what? N. Is that okay? Then two, let's say we have a with what? Root n, then plus what? Plus b with what? Root n, and what? And and a with what? Root n, then minus what? Minus b with what? Root n. So at the same time, this one you can still write this one as what? As a with what? Root n, then minus what? Minus, let's say b, then we have a with what? Root n, and what? Minus what? Minus b. So any sort of these four, they are what? We call them conjugate sort. We call them conjugate or conjugate sort. That is, the component of each other and the component of each pairs are called what? Are called conjugate sort. That is, when you multiply this and this together, it will give you whole number or a rational number. And what do we mean by a rational number? That is any number that you can express as what? As a fraction. Let's say we have 0.2. 0.2 is a decimal number, but you can express this number as what? As a fraction, which is 2/10 or 1/what? 1/5. And at the same time, if you have root what? Root 49. Root 49 is what? Is a rational number. What is square root of 49? Give you 7 divided by 1. So 7 divided by 1 is still the same as what? Is still the same as 7. Okay? So root 49 is what? Is a rational number. Okay? Now let's take this as example 1. Let's take this as example 1 now. Example 1, we have evaluate bracket with what? Root 12 minus root 7 bracket what? Root 12 plus what? Plus root what? Root 7. That is what. Then b, let's say we have root what? We have root 6 minus root what? Root 10. Then you close the bracket, we have root 6 plus what? Plus root what? Root 10. Let's solve this one. Now, if you want to solve this one, you can relate this one to this one. You can relate this one to this one. Let's solve it. Let's solve this number 1 and let's see what we are going to have. So we have bracket with what? Root 12 minus root 7. Then we have root what? Root 12 plus or plus root what? Root 7. So if you want to multiply, don't forget that when you have n minus n, bracket what? N plus or plus n. This is what we call difference of two squares. Are you getting it? So this one can only multiply by this, and this one can only multiply by this one. Okay, so the same thing you can see apply with this one. Just multiply this one together as root what? Root 12 times root 12. Then what's the next thing? Multiply this one together, which will give you, don't forget, minus times plus is what is minus. Then we have minus with what? With 7 times what? With 7. Okay? Now, what's the next thing? Root 12 minus root 12. Don't forget that anytime you have same number under a square root sign, you just repeat that number. So this one will give you 12. Will give you 12. Then the same thing minus 7 times with 7 times with 7. So we give you 7. So when you minus this one, 12 minus 7 is what? We give you, that is what? That is 5. Okay? So can you see now? 5 is what? Is a whole number, is a whole number or a rational number. Can you see that by the time you multiply two conjugate surds together, you are going to have a whole number or a rational number. Now let's go to example 2. Let's go to example 2. So we have B. So we have bracket with what? With C minus root 10. Then bracket what? With C with 6 plus what? With what? With 10. So the same process. The same process. Anytime you have a difference of 2 square, this difference of 2 square, that is minus plus or minus. What do? You just need to consider to multiply this and this together, then you consider this one as well. Okay, let's go. We have root 6 times what? Times root 6. Okay, then this one will give you minus times plus, will give you minus. Then we have what? Root 10 times what? Root 10. Okay, then what's the next thing? Root 6 times root 6, that is 36. Then what is the square root of 36? Will give you what? 6. Okay, or just apply it in this way that anytime you have the same number under a square root sign, what do you do? Just pick that number. We have 6. Then minus root 10 multiplied by root 10 will give you 10. Okay, now 6 minus 10, what do you have? Will give you minus 4. So minus 4 is a whole number or a rational number. So this is where we are going to stop under this one. Please don't forget to do what? To like, to comment and share. God bless you.